Hi everybody, this is Lord of Nothing, and here we're going to be talking about the SNES Super Nintendo Mini and the Sega Forever Club that they are starting up. And my thoughts on both. The SNES Mini is not really surprising, considering they've already come out with the Nintendo Entertainment Mini, the NES Mini, which I guess is just easier to say. The whole issue is, A, what does this mean for older consoles? Like, what will Atari... I mean, Atari's sort of kind of doing this, but for years. But, I mean, will Sega do a similar thing? I guess not, now that the Sega Forever Club is coming out. If you don't know, the SNES Mini is a little box, yay big. You can fit it in your hand, essentially, actually smaller than that. Yay big. It's a Super Nintendo that is palm-sized, has a pair of controllers that you can play with, and comes preloaded with, I think it's what, like 30 games? A lot of the classics that they could get, that they either developed themselves or they were able to get licensed back from the original developers, like Konami and Capcom and so on and so forth. A lot of it is very nice and very cool because a lot of people don't have Super Nintendos anymore, and Super Nintendos are quite old. I mean, some of my earliest memories video gaming are on a Super Nintendo. Actually, my earliest memories are on a Super Nintendo. Playing Super Mario World, Link to the Past, Mario Paint, Lion King, Super Nintendo, which is beatable. I should prove that. I should do a video. Like, everyone thinks that it's so unbeatable. It is definitely, and I did it as a child. But this is a thing that's coming out. Now, the previous one, the Super Nintendo Mini, and then, I'm sorry, the Super Nintendo Mini, the Nintendo Mini, the Nintendo Entertainment Mini, came out with pretty well acclaimed. It was very well received. Problem being, they did not produce near enough of them, and as soon as they hit the shelves, scalpers grabbed at least 3, kept one for themselves, and sold the other 2. And I can't blame them, to be perfectly honest, but they of course marked it up about anywhere from 30% to about 100% markup on eBay and Craigslist and all these other websites. So, production's going to be a problem. I can almost guarantee you Nintendo's not going to make enough of them, because the same thing has happened with the Switch. They did not make enough of the Switches, and the Switch is probably the only console I want, and I have not seen one on my Walmart's shelf ever. That shelf is always empty. And I assume that everyone in Batesville already has one. But hey, whatever. So, Nintendo always has a production bonus. They always undervalue their products. Of course, to be fair, the Wii U and its abysmal sales rate. The NES Mini, the Super Nintendo SNES Mini there will not be enough of them. There will not be enough of them. So that's going to cause the same issue. So if I want one, I'm going to have to pre-order one. Actually, can I pre-order? Is it possible to pre-order? Let's see. As of the recording of this video, going on Amazon right now. Let's see. It's not SNES Mini. It's Classic. Yeah, Super Nintendo Classic. Currently unavailable on Amazon. I will have it email me when they currently get a ability to get one. So, yeah. So, as soon as they get one, I'll probably pick one up because they're not going to exist. They will not exist. I mean, can I... so, yeah. Now, the other issue is the Sega Forever Club. The Sega Forever Club is kind of their answer to the Virtual Console. Sort of. Sega hasn't produced a console in well over a decade. Because of the failure of the Dreamcast, which, you know... Which we can wax long and about what went wrong with the Dreamcast, but I can just tell you it was the PlayStation 2. End of story. So they don't produce their own hardware anymore. They're just a publisher and a developer house now. So what are they putting this on? The Sega Forever Club currently is on it's on mobile, where you can get free versions which have ads, or you can just pay and remove the ads. So you're getting a lot of like Sega, and then they're going to start rolling out more. And if this does well, they'll probably port it like onto the PS4, the Wii, and the Switch. I was going to say the Wii U. Way too long with that console that I never actually owned one, and I should get one. It's probably easy to collect for them now. the Xbox One and probably PC. Now, the last part there, PC is going to be a rub. Because PC technically already has all of these games in a gray area of the law for emulation. Like, every Sonic game has been emulated and hacked and done everything 1,000 times. So does this mean Sega's going to go onto websites like, say, Emu Paradise and other sites that host these ROMs and take them down? Because I know if you go to Emu Paradise right now and you try to look up Super Mario World or Super Mario All-Stars, they're gone. Nintendo had them removed. Probably when they made Nintendo Mario Maker. Which they did that with, when they even had a bunch of videos of ROM hacks for of Mario World and the Mario Brothers series. They had them pulled off of YouTube because they were going to be higher in search rankings than anything that was made for Mario Maker because they were older and they had more reviews. And they were probably from now, unfortunately, some of those videos from a lot of smaller YouTuber channels, so it didn't matter. This is Nintendo of Japan at work. Sega of Japan is not much different. They're Japanese businessmen. It's in their nature. So, all this in mind, before the Sega Forever Club fully gets going, I would probably recommend downloading as many ROMs off the Sega collection as you possibly can, and it's probably off the other consoles that are coming into the future. Because if the SNES Mini does well, which it will, I can guarantee you it will. Probably we're going to see this for the N64. I'd be interested to see what the lineup is for that, but they'll probably do this to the N64. Now, I highly doubt they're going to remove like certain ROMs off of there. They're not going to pull Quest 64. They're probably not going to remove Doom 64. I mean, really, most of the ROMs that are on the Super Nintendo Mini, or Classic, or whatever you want to call it, they're still there. But I don't trust Nintendo. I don't trust them. Now, to be fair, it is their product. However, this stuff has been on the internet for years, decades. And now, yeah, it's their right to take it down, because it is their copyright. However, there is an entire industry that's going on around them that they've left the upkeep of these files to die. So I almost bet money that one of these files that they probably don't even have some of the original ROMs anymore. They probably pulled them from an emulated website. They probably pulled the ROM from an emulated website, then told them to take it down. I bet money that happened. So I'm not really looking forward to them telling these ROM websites to take them down. So I would recommend, like I did, long in advance, I didn't even know this was going to happen, to download as many ROMs as you can. Because this is going to happen to Sega. This is probably going to happen. Sony's probably going to do this. Sony's doing their own little thing with their PlayStation 4. But they'll probably, on their PC, was it PlayStation? It's not PlayStation Now, it's something else, where you can play PlayStation 1 games on your PC. I highly expect them to start doing the same thing. They're going to start pulling ROMs off these things. I mean, they're a bit bigger, still, they're going to start doing it. So, yeah, that's about all my thoughts, my fears, my prejudice on the upcoming return of 90s consoles. So weird to say. But yeah, that's about all. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, hit that dislike button. It's right next to it. It gives me feedback. Please comment down in the search box, the comment box down below. I read all of them. Even the spam ones. I do read them, even if I don't approve them. That's all, folks. Have fun. Have more fun than me. Bye-bye.